Hello everybody, welcome to JD's Journeys. My name is JD and today I've got a new book tag for you, and that is the Star Trek book tag. It's been a while since I created a book tag, so I thought, why not use my favorite TV series? So I'm going to be using all 6 live-action TV series. I'm not going to be using the animated series, just the live-action ones. And I created questions for each one. Of course, we need to start off with Star Trek the original series. I love watching this show, but you know what? It's really corny. So, for the first one, we have the corny yet entertaining book. And for this one, I would choose Ringworld. I actually recently reviewed this book, so you can check that out too. But this book was quite corny. It's a science fiction novel written by Larry Niven, and there are some interesting interactions between the characters. There's a lot of humor, and the atmosphere is a lot like the 60s. Quite a bit like Star Trek, in fact. Now, the interesting thing about this book is that one of the alien species, the Kazin or Kazinti, they actually appear in Star Trek the animated series. The Star Trek series that got me into Star Trek was The Next Generation. I've always thought it's a lot better than the original. So for this one, we want the sequel that is better than the original. And I chose Deadhouse Gates. This is the second book in the Malazan series by Steven Erikson. The first book was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. But I found that I was getting lost a lot because there were so many different characters. The second book, Deadhouse Gates, also has a lot of characters, but I felt that I knew some of them a lot better. Not all of the characters appeared. Actually, only a handful did. But this book was incredible. I loved it. They went on this great journey trying to evacuate one city and bring them down south, like refugees. But it was better than the original, I thought. And one of the characters I absolutely loved. I will review this in the future. Next up is Deep Space Nine. Now, this was the first Star Trek series that didn't move around. They were stuck in one place. So the adventure wasn't really there. However, I thought the strength of this show was the cast. So for this one, we want a series or a book with a great ensemble cast. And for this, I chose A Song of Ice and Fire by George R. R. Martin. Of course, you may know this as Game of Thrones, but that's the title of only the first book and the TV series. But this series has this amazing cast of characters. So many characters. But they are very interesting. Each one has a completely developed personality and history, and they are incredible. And their interactions with each other are great. I have changed my opinions about some of the characters as well. For example, Jaime Lannister, I hated in the beginning, but now I really like him. So this series has a great cast of characters. Next up is Star Trek Voyager. As you may know, the Voyager was sent all the way across the galaxy and they have to find a way to return home. So, for this one, we want a book or a series that involves an epic journey. And I think the best choice for this is, of course, Lord of the Rings. This is one of the best epic journeys that I have ever read, and I just felt like I was part of this trip to Mordor or Gondor, whatever, wherever they're going, because they're going to so many different places. So I felt that this was one of the best journeys in literature. Next up is Star Trek Enterprise. Now, this one is very well known for having a bad ending. It's a very controversial last episode. Kind of made it feel like it was an entire holodeck program, you know? So, for this one, we want a book or series with a bad ending. So I decided to go with the Space Odyssey series by Arthur C. Clarke. I felt that the last book, 3001, A Final Odyssey, was not very good. I felt that the ending of that book wasn't very good either. It just felt like he wasn't even trying. So this is my choice for a bad ending. And finally, I can't forget the upcoming series, Star Trek Discovery. So, since we haven't seen it, and I've been hearing some good things about the cast, I am highly anticipating this series. So, for this one, we want your most anticipated future release. So I decided to choose The Winds of Winter by George R.R. Martin. Now that is the next book in the Song of Ice and Fire series, and it was supposed to have been released this year. However, it looks like it's going to be released next year, we hope. But you know George R.R. Martin. He seems to take a long time to get these books done, and they keep getting delayed. But once it's done and published, I am really looking forward to reading it. Now, who do I tag? Well, I've tagged 5 people, and they are J.D. Estrada, Steve Donahue, Ben Sanders, Bald Book Geek, and The Secret Stacks. So I would love to hear all of your answers to this tag. And if you are watching this and you do booktube videos, I also tag you. So I want to see as many of you do this as possible. I look forward to all of your responses. So what do you think of my answers? Let me know in the comment section below. And like I said, you can do this as well. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe. Also, you can check out these videos here. You might see something you like. So thank you for going on this journey through books with me. See you in the next video.